down there next to Cherry.
Hello.
Welcome everybody to Toby's Tavern. We're picking up with section number 10 for this campaign. Set, I believe. Yeah.
It's 11.
12.
Is it 12?
12? 12.
12. Okay, so this is the 12th video. I think we had a couple of two-parters.
That could be.
Yeah. So this is 12. For those of you who are wondering where we're at in the video, 12, again, for your clarification. Joining me tonight, of course, is our normal players. Unfortunately, the same, once again, has not made it, and that's fine. So without further ado, to my left over here, a little off screen, is our resident barbarian, Devil Dog.
What's up, fellas?
To my right, Beard Boy. He's working on getting the beard back.
Yep. You're happy I just made it tonight.
His fighter Goliath. To his right is our tech guy NXD Ghost and his Portal Wizard. And of course yours truly, the DM and our resident Mystic. So without further ado, last time on our D&D session, we stole the loot from the pirates and decided to go back to our ship and regroup before we considered attacking the enemy vessel. So as of right now, the party has generally decided to attack the enemy vessel, and we're going to figure out how we want to do that going forward. But before we do that, we're going to roll and see what this treasure hoard has. So, who's rolling for the treasure hoard?
I am.
Okay.
The boy.
D100 or D20?
Good boy. Who is it?
Alright, you ready?
Little beard boy.
You need to roll it on a place where your die are not all in one place.
Okay, well, I wrote it right here on this clear spot right here. Not really in.
Why are you rolling two?
Because it's D100. He said roll D100. 46.
All right. Roll 2d4s.
Okay. Where's 3 and 2. 3 and 2.
6.
6. Yes, 6.
Wait. Roll. Yeah. So 6.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 6 gold piece art object.
Art.
Yeah, art.
There we go.
That's what it is. We're not done yet, but I mean, just. I thought I had this pulled up. Must have cut up, which is fine.
Shit happened.
Okay. Alright, so art. And that was 6 gold pieces.
What you said was to set up to 8.
8. 8 what?
1578 in the treasury.
Well, I've got a whole tally right here.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just not adding it all up.
Well, that's why I keep notes too.
Well, just
And
load it up.
you know, I did write it down, Hammerhead.
Well, I've added to the treasury because I'd use my downtime action to defend the ship. I did a
Okay.
combat encounter.
Well, you'll have to get with me and let me know the new.
2 spears, which was 2 gold pieces,
So we still sit
and
at,
1 gold piece.
we're sitting at the 1579
There we go.
and 2 spears.
2 spears.
2 spears.
I wanted the net down. There were these little fish creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I chose a 1/4 combat rating. It's called a Tao Ho or whatever, but
Right.
it's a fish creature.
Yeah.
It's a weak fish creature. I fought 2 of them. It was a quick encounter,
Right.
and I killed both of them. My loot roll sucked. One was a 6 and one was an 8. So I ended up with the dang spear. I wanted the nets because I thought that would be cool to keep on the ship.
That would be
Oh, yeah.
cool. That would be cool.
Alright.
It didn't work out.
Am I wrong with anything else?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
So
There's gotta be more in this chest than 6 gold.
tell me. Well, sometimes you just get unlucky.
Yeah.
It just happens. Okay, so you're doing a one. Roll your D100.
Can I roll this time?
Yeah,
You roll it.
that would be fair.
You roll this time.
No, you don't get to keep this. This goes towards the ship's treasure. Unless we all decide to use it.
59.
It's a spell scroll cantrip.
Dude. That was perfect.
So
And he's the only one who can interpret that.
somebody look up the value of that.
Oh, shit. You got that?
Let's see. That's probably where our money's going to come in.
This spell scroll you got.
What do we got here? I'm going to message that you might know something else.
Spell scroll. Spell scroll. Cantrip.
I'm gonna have to start charging my old phone so I can use it as
Right?
my little tablet thingy.
That's what I do.
Cause I use my main phone for the follow us
15
on the
gold,
stream. 15 gold.
15 gold.
Yep.
Pretty good. Good job.
No, I'm not adding that to the ship gold. I'm only putting that down as the cost or the value of it.
You can put the value on it, that's fine. It's just, I've been trying to
Okay,
keep.
so alright, I'll do both. Cause you never know, I might be able to haggle more than just 15 gold.
That was kind of my thought too.
Yeah.
How many times, Luke?
4, 8, 9, 94 gold.
For that one?
Yeah, you're good. Yes, it just keeps moving.
But no, to clarify from the last one, that was not the captain.
That was like the first mate.
Yeah, it'd probably been the first mate.
Okay. So the second
Well,
mate.
I'm trying to.
Captain left right
I've
there.
got a thought process going into this one. Because we're going to start amping up the adventures a little bit. You know what I mean? And that's fine. Okay, so I said what, 2 spears? I've already added the gold and the spears, and we just got the, what was it?
The
Cantrip
art
spell scroll.
object, yeah, cantrip scroll and art object.
Yeah, I've got the art object in here. I just had to add the spell scroll in. Try to keep a good tally. And the goal for it was 10 gold pieces, huh?
For the art object,
No, the spell scroll. It was 10 gold
15 for the scroll. It was 6 for the arts, 15 for the scroll.
pieces. Yep. Why we gonna keep thinking it ain't going to 10.
I actually, I'm over here.
There we go.
If you want, NXT Ghost is over here off screen. I'm the floating arm. Not you. That is me. I stay over here. You are over there. No.
Quit being
No.
a dick.
I'm pretty sure the thickness of the arm kind of tells it, you know.
I'm skinny. He is big.
Well, see, I've got a tally on your bounty tokens too. I'm not going to tell you what that is because I'm not going to tell you how much that is.
Oh,
If you're wondering, also,
right.
yes, that's correct. Actually, also, we are playing D&D, so I hope you like some Dungeons and Dragons. I
Okay,
have
so
to do the hand movements because I'm on.
the party is sitting aboard the ship, well rested and ready to go. All downtime activities have been discussed. Did I discuss with you the fact that I think it's going to be beneficial to have 2 blacksmiths instead of 1?
You did not yet.
You did not, but I had also made that suggestion.
Yeah, I think
And
after some
then
thought,
somehow it was
Yeah.
shot down to where I would stay the blacksmith, but I still thought it would be a good idea to at least have 2.
I considered. I took it under thought and consideration, and I changed my mind.
So we do have 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And I've already factored in the downtimes. I've already locked them into my DM's thoughts page.
Me and you have 2, what was it, 2?
2 days.
2
2 out of
days.
5 days.
Okay.
Right now.
I like
Now
dragon.
that will go up once we complete this encounter and decide to go back to Neverwinter. It'll be factored into days travel back to Neverwinter and the days that we don't play. So probably by the time we play next time, you'll have your skills.
Okay.
And of course, when we go back, we'll finish the tavern too, right?
Now, like I said though, I did jump the gun a little bit.
Mm.
I did buy a smithing tool set.
Right, and I was fine with that. I also offered to let him and him do the same.
Right.
That way it was already factored in and done, but you've got to take the price out of your notebook.
Okay.
If you don't fucking accurately keep up with that, I'm going to bitch slap the hell out of you.
Got it.
Last time you're like, oh man, I got 1,500 gold. There's no way you got 1,500 gold. You bought a fucking $800 gold piece fucking set of armor, a tool set, and the cost of all the other crap with it. And you tried to pencil whip that shit.
That was
That's
last
not cool.
time. That did not.
But that's what I'm saying.
Totally forgot about that
And
one.
you don't ever, your notebook's not even open.
Cause I remember shit, but I don't.
Case in point, I remember shit and I didn't keep track of shit last time.
Yeah.
It doesn't exactly equal out. So make sure you're keeping up with your crap, because if I have to keep up with it, you're not going to like it.
Well,
It's going to make the game that much harder on you.
well, my thing is this though: if you don't keep, I think as a rule, if we don't keep up with our
Look,
if we don't keep up with our stuff, and at any point in time the DM wants to question it, we should just be able to hand it over. And if it's not in our notes or anything else like that, then we shouldn't be allowed to have it.
right. Now, I gave you an out for that. That's why we have the ship's treasury. Eventually, we're going to have the tavern's treasury.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have 2 different treasuries to balance that are not our actual inventories.
Mhm.
And I give you the option. I've gave you the option all day, all last
It
session.
should be your personal bank, or you have to clear it with everybody first before you buy something out of that.
Well, a lot of times,
And it wouldn't it be better if you proved that the thing that you're buying is beneficial and can make money for the entire party?
correct. So my point
So if
though,
you're going to buy a weapon, you have to make the point.
Matt,
Just try to clear.
You're about to
Yeah,
get
but
stuff
you
flat.
keep interrupting the DM when he's trying to make
Explain.
his point really quick.
my point is not just for gameplay perspective, but for your benefit. I give you another option
Okay.
where you put your rewards, gold, and money into the treasuries so you don't have to keep up with it. If you don't feel as a player that you want to keep up with all the goals you spend and all the stuff you do, you put it to the ship's treasury or the tavern's treasury, and I'll keep up with it for you. But if you choose to keep it, I expect you to keep up with it.
Okay.
See, that's just like I took the initiative of
That's another
keeping
reason.
track of the ship's
Right.
treasury and everything. Because no offense, Beard Boy, I love you, but you're bad at
Exactly.
inventory.
My point. Not to mention, there's another reason why I didn't want you to be the blacksmith. Because the way I want to do the blacksmithing this time around is insanely beneficial to the ship, the party, as
And
far as-
profit.
Yeah, and profit. And if you can't keep track of what we put into it, then we're literally not going to have anything.
Mm-hmm.
We try to keep things fair. We're putting in a lot of effort and time this run around, so it's more
To do
rewarding.
things differently.
Yeah.
So, if you've got to keep your gold accurately. And you shouldn't have any more than about 30 or 40 gold pieces in your fucking inventory.
I have 88.
Well,
Of course, I'm keeping up with mine.
you get rewarded more than I do. You got to think I play my own character. I reward myself as much as I reward you.
And I also got to this thing where I'm using my actual character here as well. I
Right.
want my stuff.
But that's my point. You should make a section, a page dedicated strictly for inventory, money.
You got a point.
The whole page should be dedicated to specifically that. Like even my original fighter character, I had a whole page for inventory with their damage rolls, their values. Like even when I'm doing the spreadsheet here, if you look at my spreadsheet, I've got it listed out. Ship manifest. There's the item name and the value of each individual item.
Hey, I did it with my original character. Our first game session. That's what I did with mine.
That's my point. As I want y'all, we got to put a little work into keeping up with stuff. I'm trying to keep up with it for you, but as my boy here, Devil Dog, will tell you, my brain and math aren't always friendly, and I've been trying to do a better job of keeping up with it as we go. Because we've not added until we add the manifest into the value of the ship. I'm not taking it off this page. Now, once we decide to get back to shore and stuff.
Well, I can tell you, I can honestly tell you right now, when we started, the only thing we had on the ship was 3 weeks of food. That was it. That was all we had.
That's not the ship that we started on.
So
too.
we've still got
the ship, the hammerhead that we started on after we sold everything the last time. The only thing that got resupplied was 3 weeks of food.
Inventory.
But don't get me wrong, I mean, we're racking up a decent sum of gold on this one.
We now have 4 reapers, a set of leather armor, a set of fine silk cloth, heavy crossbow, art object, 2 spears, and a cantrip spell scroll.
Oh.
And that's what we sit at right now.
Oh, you're watching the video while in VR. That's cool.
There you go.
That is kind of cool,
I dig it. Let everybody else watch if you can.
right?
We need all the viewers we can get. And all the opinions and commentary, suggestions that y'all want to put on here, please do. We appreciate it.
Punishments as well.
So, without further ado, oh Captain,
And it's 40 gold that I have, by the way.
40.
40, yeah. You were right. 30 or 40, you were right.
Okay. Make sure you keep up with it.
I'll write that down later, but yeah, I got that. I know the goal is 40.
Did you factor in the cost of the Smith tools?
What was the fifth tools?
20.
20.
You're down to 20.
You're down to 20 gold.
Yep.
I'm lucky enough, my background came with that because I wouldn't have enough money to spend.
Alright,
I'm not even kidding, like I've kept up with that
do
too.
that bitching.
I was like, I had a little bit of play money because I had negotiated that last ship that we
That's
sold.
another reason why
Yeah,
I like
you took a little bit extra for that, so you had a little bit.
That's another reason why I like having my character sheet digital. I can just change it as I go.
You know, there's this thing called.
It's just easier. When you're trying to juggle your
want to
information,
borrow this?
information, the game's information is easier.
What?
So you want to borrow that?
Borrow what?
You're a dick.
Your code?
No, the pistol.
Oh,
You need to quit talking
Nine.
about that though.
9.
yeah, especially on video. Let's
That's why I
take
didn't
that.
say anything or name state.
We'll go
9.
with it.
Leave it where it's at.
So
It's gonna
I'd appreciate it.
the idea here,
Okay, so
I built a chest on my downtime too.
Hell yeah.
I gotta look and see if there's a value.
My question: are we taking the ship in broad daylight, or are we taking it at nighttime? Thinking.
Well, what does the rest of the team think? You're the first mate. You take up the captain.
I would say
He's
try
well,
to.
technically he's gonna if he decides he's not doing the pirate crew though, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I would be beneficial because you would be the first mate if you did join the pirate crew because you're the best suited for that role.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. Because persuasion and intimidation are kind of like necessary.
That's not your thing.
Yeah.
There's like your
yeah, but what's the benefits for me to join the crew? Is my curiosity question.
Well,
one
I
word.
mean, I might be a little stingy here. I mean,
One word.
well, it will give you a way to
Money.
help direct the captain into making money.
I'm a squirrel.
You know what I mean? He's a squirrel.
See, I just said it.
You know?
I'm a squirrel.
it would be beneficial because you would think of ways to use the ship in downtime, probably to make him money that he wouldn't even care to try to do. You're trying to, I'm just being honest.
But point, do you want to do it in broad daylight or at night time and be sneaky about it?
You need the value.
Explorers.
Please tell me I'll make
I'm going.
That way you can figure out.
I'm open to suggestions, and then after I hear the suggestions, I'll go ahead and say my piece, and then we can decide as a group. So
I'm going.
that's how I'm going to look at it. I'll be open to suggestions because I'm not the only one here.
True.
I'm gonna go with nighttime, and I'm pretty sure my vote's worth 2.
9.
I'm the captain.
Well,
My vote's worth 2.
No.
technically he is the ultimate decision maker there. Technically.
I'm being nice.
Not saying it's the best for anybody, but
Say.
Mystic.
Cannonball.
mm-hmm.
Told you that's what he'd say.
Night or day, though, Mr. Mystic. Because there is 2 benefits to this.
There's also
Okay.
a downside.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, though. There's pros and cons to this, okay?
Right.
And this is the barbarian speaking to the mystic.
Mm-hmm.
If we do it in daylight, depending on where they are and where we are versus the sun, it may be in their benefit. If we do it at nighttime, it may be harder to sneak up on them because we could possibly lose sight. They know that we're out there now. This is no longer a sneak thing.
Yeah, they know we're
They
out.
know we're out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they don't know where they're
And they know that they're looking for us.
Mm-hmm. Might as well give them a good target.
Then again, that could give them the opportunity to run from us too. Same thing with the daylight. If they see us coming, they would either 1, stay and fight,
Mm-hmm.
which
2.
if they're in a bigger ship, they've got more guns. They could hurt us.
Yeah.
I say since we have a dinghy back, we take the dinghy at night.
We still.
The dinghy.
Well, think
Well,
about it.
well,
I
see,
would say
here's
that's
my thing.
value. I agree with your
Well, but
perspective.
see,
I do.
here's the thing though. I wasn't talking about the whole party get on the dinghy.
We need the guys that
One
are
or 2, right? 1 or 2 get on the dinghy
and I can't do that.
and
either.
take the dinghy to the enemy ship and leave the other 2 main party members there with the bigger ship to fire on them and use the distraction technique.
Technically, what I would do would be
Or a hostage situation where you have one of the crewmates that was part of their crew go back with
Act
one
like
of our guys
hostage.
and act as a hostage.
that's to. Okay, hold on. You would have to do a whole lot of deception rolls to pull that off.
That would be
Because
not me and him.
one, you would have to convince. You barely convince them to join the crew. It's their first day on the crew. You can't really trust them, and they're not really going to trust you. So you would
And
have
on
to not
top of
only
that, what's
deceive
not
them,
to say that
but
they're
deceive
not
the
going
enemy
to stab
captain
you in the back the moment they get back
before
to
you
there.
did an attack roll. You're doing like 4 rolls. You got to deceive them, deceive the captain. You can do it. I'm not saying you can't.
Right.
There's a lot of chances to fail there.
True.
I mean, I'm just being reasonable here.
I'm gonna go with them. That's the first smart thing the Mystic said.
The Mystic wouldn't say that. That was Dean.
Okay.
I'm talking about the Mystic. The Mystic is not stupid, mind you, but he's not that smart.
He just had one moment of clarity and looked at the turtle and went, "What the hell did you just say?"
He'd like to look at the stinking.
Captain.
The captain slap the fuck out of him sometimes. Spot his knee, but love the motherfucker.
I thought you were going to say you
Love you
like
too,
watching the
man.
captain take a bath.
Chainmail.
Well, I'm working on
Chainmail.
my inventory items.
I'm writing down a personal inventory and a ship inventory.
Well, I just could
Beer boy, don't even worry about the ship inventory because you got
Already
two
kept up
people
with
that's already being kept up with it.
Okay.
That's why we did it, so you didn't have to. Because we don't need you fucking.
Between
You
me
fucking
and the
up your own
DM,
money,
yeah, right.
You fucking up our money is different.
Between me and the DM keeping inventory on the ship, it's really not gonna.
Not to mention, I've wrote out all my personal inventory in a section, and I'm gonna come over next to equipment and put value of my
I'm doing it
equipment.
right here.
So in case I wanna sell it later, I'll have the value of what I have. Cause I just added I've still gotta add the bag of holding.
It's
Not
good
that
thing
I'm
you don't have a
telling you.
bag Gordon.
That's right. You did roll right.
I still don't have one.
Yeah, but you
I know,
do
but I
have
could've
that.
put 'em
You
on.
do have that special bag of
Tricks.
Yeah.
tricks. that-
Which is way better.
Which, of course, you have to keep up with. You've not really acquired any items that you have gave to the ship. You've acquired gold, and it does weigh. Gold has a weight. You will eventually run out of inventory space if you carry enough gold.
Yes, I know.
Hence the reason for the tavern.
Right.
You just keep adding money to that.
Or to the ship.
Just keep throwing money in.
Well, it'd be like the very
Well,
first
it's kinda
campaign when we had we had taken over the bandit
Yeah,
hideout
it's like there's no way you're
And
gonna
we're-
get it. Yeah.
and we were storing everything back.
I think
Yeah.
my favorite thing would be the fact that once he runs out of his own personal inventory space for his own gold, he has to donate the rest of the gold to the either or, and it's not his gold anymore because he doesn't have the space to hold it anymore. That would be the cost of that particular value.
How much would you say the limit would be? Or how much you can carry?
Probably 100 gold.
No, it'd be more than that. It's not 100 gold's not that.
I think it's 5,
Keep it
isn't
intact.
it?
Huh?
It's either 5 or 1,000 that a individual player character can actually carry on them at one time.
I think it's 1,000. It's 1,000 or 10,000.
Yeah, it's somewhere
You
around
want to
there.
do somewhere in the middle and do 5,000? That's your limit?
Let me look into it and find out for sure. Because I don't want to be
Or-
untechnical.
Or how
If
about
somebody wants to look that up,
Hey.
be my guess.
Or how about you know, or you have an answer and don't tell us? Just say it's.
Well, no, that's
No, I-
actually something that's in the
That-
rule books for
No,
every
yeah.
player to know.
There, it's by pound. Eventually, so many coins of gold are going to equal so many pounds, and he can only carry so many pounds due to his strength. And keep in mind, he's not a strength-based character.
me
Either.
I
and
have
him,
10.
me and the barbarian
10
can probably
10
kill.
strength.
See, that's why I was
So
thinking
you've got no
500 to
modifiers.
1,000.
You're going to have like base level strength. It sucks.
Well, that's why I was thinking 500 to 1,000 because I think
My
that's what it
strength
is.
16. So
I think he's only got like 15 pounds of carry weight. Plus the backpack, which adds.
literally, and his skin is
Oh,
already heavy.
right.
He's already a heavy
He's got a
character,
standard backpack, which is
Right.
like 40 pounds or
but
something.
he's also a heavy
Yeah.
character to begin with. He's also a very heavy character. To begin
My
with.
body weight don't count.
No, it's not about your body weight.
would be.
It's
It's not
just strength
it's
modifier.
the strength modifier.
Yeah. Okay.
And if I
I thought
remember,
you were
So you
factoring.
calling me fat?
Oh,
Look,
if I
over
remember,
your body. Okay.
if I remember correctly, the first time I played D&D with a group of people, the average weight of gold that a player can carry is either 500 to 1,000 with 0 strength modifier.
But as long as it goes up, you keep adding a certain number to it.
It
Yeah,
adds to your
it's like
weight,
10 pounds
your
per
weight
proficiency.
capacity.
Okay.
it's like 10 pounds or
Something
something like
like
that.
that, yeah.
Per proficiency bonus.
Right.
So if he's got a +1 to strength, he gets an additional 10 pounds, +2, 20, 30,
Right.
etc. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But that's the point is once you start accumulating too much in your inventory, you're going to run into a problem. I'm not saying that you're not going to have the opportunity to acquire a bag of holding, but, you know, it's one of those things you have to battle because you just didn't get that roll. You know? Not to mention, at this point, the value of a bag of holding for us is not worth
Okay,
selling.
it says right here in 5th edition D&D, 50 coins weighs a pound.
1 pound.
A
You
typical
could probably-
character might have about 12 strengths. Wow, 10. This means character is encumbered when carrying 5 times that in pounds. 60 pounds is enough to encumber and slow down the character.
That was about.
So about
It was
500
roughly
gold.
right. You
Not
carry-
counting the other stuff that he's got with him.
So how much gold do you got on you?
88.
So
you're
you're not
doing
even anywhere near
You're
worrying
doing
about it.
You're doing fine. It's just part of that whole keeping track. If you get 500 gold, and the rest of it goes to one or the two
That or until I find a
bag of holding.
Right. And then on top of that, you also got to think what equipment you have on you that you're using, like say the starter backpack that comes with the torches and
Yeah, that's supposed to add
the
more to it.
bedroll and all that.
The standard backpack is.
Yep.
That's my point. Is you'll have an opportunity to find a bag of holding. It's just whether or not you get the opportunity.
Or even somebody make you one.
I wouldn't get. Well, you can. You can.
It's actually, the
Actually,
DM had looked it up. It's an actual smithing
yeah,
and enchantment item.
yeah, it can be done.
It can be
It's
made.
a pain in the fucking ass.
What is it?
Yeah, I know.
A bag of holding.
You would have to, you and or I would have to spend downtime to create an essence. Because you have to have a magical essence to create a magical item, and one of the two of us would have to do it. Anybody can create the essence. It does not have to be the 1-to-4 ratio, which the bag of holding falls into, is any kind of spellcaster. It doesn't have to be a specific one. Now, the higher level shit does require specific spellcasters. And they have to be at a certain level to give you a certain level of essence. But we can currently make the essence from bag of holding. Then we're going to have a backpack, and I think you've got to spend like 2,000 gold. If I'm not mistaken. For one bag of holding. No, if I'm not, it's in the purple binder. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
We ready to get this show on the road?
I mean, we're playing now, technically.
Yeah.
Discussing D&D. It works like that. Some days
Sure.
you just spend a lot of time negotiating. It just works out. The more you fight and kill and gain shit, the more management you have to do.
I was talking about
Well, you keep shit more paperwork.
come up with a
doesn't it?
decision.
Well, that's the party's decision. The Mystic thinks that nighttime raiding, we're going to have to take the turtle and the barbarian would be our better bet for stealth. Because the barbarian doesn't wear armor and the turtle doesn't need armor. They are the only two that's stealth capable without completely becoming codependent and getting fucked up.
And for us,
If I
to be
walk
able
in
to
there, I gotta undo all my fucking chainmail.
Amen.
for
Well,
us
see,
to
that's
roll
why
a stealth check would be very easy.
that's why I was
You
thinking,
can't stealth the chainmail, dog. It makes too much noise.
and of course, that's why I made that suggestion. 2 party members sneak on a dinghy to the enemy ship, while 2 party members stay on the hammerhead and cause a distraction. So 2 of the party members can sneak onto the enemy vessel with the dinghy.
We have a job. Sail that ship right up into that motherfucker and let's hit it with the cannons.
We needed to roll to see if we can actually.
So we're gonna have a double combat phase. We're gonna run it as a two-part combat scenario.
We go bam, boom, back and forth.
Well, let's see if they can run the stealth check first.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, because we have to actually roll up on the ship without being noticed.
Right.
We're not going to do a Normandy thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, there is land.
I was going to say,
I'm not saying Normandy can't happen, but
What I'm talking about is hit them with cannons first,
no, we want to see if they can get on board the ship first.
Yeah.
and then we're going to
That's
shoot
what we're-
cannons at them?
We'll shoot cannons if they can't get on board the ship safely. If they can't, we'll bomb it with cannons to distract them so they can run another stealth check.
Okay.
Because if
right.
their attention is on us, when they
can-
fail the first stealth check to get aboard the ship, we can allow them a second check.
Okay.
so
Have we figured out what?
we got to roll together, don't we?
5.
19.
So you failed the stealth check and he succeeded. So
So,
you picked your head up and somebody said, "Did you hear that shit?" So you got your ass back in the dinghy.
Okay,
You
so
made it
are
aboard the
we close to the ship?
On the dinghy, yes.
No, I meant, yeah. Okay, so
I got you.
we're there.
You've made it aboard the ship and you're in stealth. We'll say that.
Should we just turn it upside down?
That's what I was about to say.
We can do that.
So they can see.
We can do that.
Yeah, that way they can see.
That's fine.
I mean, it already has the squares on it,
Yeah.
too.
It works.
Yeah, so you'd be
You're on
I'll
board
be on
the
the
ship.
side.
on the side. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Now keep in mind, you've not done a perception check. It's nighttime.
Right.
You're having a hard time seeing. You don't have dark vision. Remember.
Right.
That was why I said there were going to be downsides to doing
Right.
nighttime raids.
Anyone in this party have dark vision?
No.
That's my favorite.
Nobody has. That's why I said nighttime raids are not our thing.
Okay.
Especially when you consider only half our party has the active ability to do stealth.
Yeah.
We're not looking pretty. We're kind of at a disadvantage.
Unless you wanted to start shooting crossbow bolts at him.
Well, on the positive note, he's got stealth. He's not going to be detected right now. He's fine.
Yeah.
We're not firing cannons yet. Well, actually, we are going to fire cannons. Correction.
Figured.
Because we want to see if we can get the turtle on board the ship.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to have to roll to take aim.
Okay, here's my thing. Did any of us roll for initiative?
No, we did not.
We'll
Do we
roll.
need to?
No.
No, two separate combat phases.
We decided that y'all were going to go first because y'all had to sneak aboard the ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm on the ship.
Yeah.
The turtle
The
failed
total
his check.
Ghost is not.
Yeah.
So
He's waiting
can
for
I,
cannons.
since I rolled for stealth, can I roll for perception? Or do I have to wait my next turn? Because the way I'm going to assume it is it's going to go me, Ghost, and you two.
I will allow you to roll for perception to see what's around you. Immediate vicinity.
Before we mess this, the whole of this sucker up.
Well, he can't do. He's not going to be able to see blood.
An 11.
Okay, so common sight, which sucks for you because it's dark.
Right.
That blows.
But,
So
thinking it's nighttime, you should see at least,
we'll,
pirates walking around with torches.
we'll
and-
say that as you climbed aboard the ship, you noticed a dude walking along the rail of the ship. You saw one guy, because you got to think it's dark. So
Yeah,
you've got
yeah.
maybe 10, maybe maxed out 15 feet of vision.
Right.
So we're going to say that you just happened to roll into the ship right off the handrail, right next to the rail of the ship. And there's a dude literally 5 foot away from the rail. He's just walking along, watching the waters, trying to keep a lookout. Luckily for us, whatever dude was in the nest either fell asleep or something because our ship didn't get noticed when we rode out in the water. Lucky for us. We'll consider that luck of the draw.
Okay. So,
Now it's cannon time. We've got to roll captain for aim. So captain's got to roll to aim the cannon.
Well, shouldn't you roll to aim and I roll
No.
to fire?
No.
I fired the cannon.
Okay, I.
You
You forget.
You're look. The captain has proficiency with
Maneuvering.
targeting.
Target,
Yeah.
yes.
the cartography of the ocean. He's used to navigating the ocean.
Yeah.
So he would be the best one to aim. He would be going,
So then should I roll?
3 to the right,
Yeah.
1
So
to
then
the
should I roll advantage?
No,
No. Okay.
you're not rolling. It's dark. We can't see
Good
dead.
point. So yeah, good
If
point.
we rolled with anything, it'd be disadvantage. So roll your d20. 14. Bitch.
Close. Proficiency bonus.
No.
Don't get that shit.
Because you're not technically a cartographer. But
No, but he gets proficiency for being the captain.
He's got a point.
you're not wrong. But again, it's at nighttime.
Yeah.
Here's
You
my
don't have
question.
Clear sight.
With one of us being on the ship, do we really have to fire a cannonball?
No, but we were trying to fire a cannonball to allow the other one to get on board.
They're focused on us, not you.
Yeah, they know there's an
Right.
enemy ship, so they're trying to find the enemy ship, not find people aboard the ship.
Then it might be good.
See, my thing is, what I was getting at was, I'd be afraid if we had a cannonball going off,
That's a possibility
it would
too.
cause
It would.
them to come, and here I am on the ship. It would not be good for me.
Well, they wouldn't really notice you in the whole heat of the moment.
Good
They'd be
point.
looking out to work, and that was the idea. Now,
That is a good point.
You just blend in.
right, they're going to be looking for a whole enemy ship out of water that's firing upon
That
them.
is a good point.
You're hidden currently, which means they cannot see you. They will not see you if they walk beside you. They'll just think you're a crew member on their ship.
Right, and that is a good point. I didn't quite look at it that way, but yes, you are right.
So initially, our perspective here is you trying to find as many enemies aboard the ship as you can.
Right.
That would be your primary goal. And if you can, with advantage, apprehend them. Not necessarily kill them, because it's unlikely that you'll kill them in one turn,
Right.
but knock them out. You've got rope, so, bind them up. So that way we can all get aboard the ship without cannons being fired upon our main ship.
Correct.
Of course, we run the risk of getting hit with cannon fire ourselves once we fire upon them.
Right.
But it should give you enough time to at least knock out one or two members, rope them up,
Right.
stick them in the stove. Because that's the mystic talking to you. He's like, you apprehend a few crew members, and maybe we can throw them aboard the ship later. Because
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we back to Jimmy Boy's roll of a what?
14 for aiming.
you must smell weed.
What did you roll? 14?
You got the door open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's coming from outside.
Yeah, I can smell it.
What's wrong?
Smell that?
Somebody burning a plant.
Hmm.
So
Even if the aiming's off, if you still fire, they're still going to be focused on you.
they're gonna be looking for somebody.
Mhm.
Even if we miss, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
So
You gotta
do
roll.
that.
You gotta roll fire the sucker.
and see if I actually hit them. But either way, we win because the sound's gonna alert them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You hit
direct hit, and I'm gonna aim. Since I got a 17.
That's pretty good.
Well, thing is it's a hit, but we're gonna have to roll to see where.
I'll roll for that.
Roll D4.
D4.
Because there's 4 sides of the ship.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be the only ones with it.
You got the main side,
Yeah, the broadside.
the port, stern, and the
You got the hole,
mast.
Oh yeah,
the hole,
3.
mast, the steering column,
That's the port.
and what's the other one? There's a fourth one. I forget what it is.
What is it?
I rolled a 3.
3. Okay, so you're gonna get
1, 2, 3.
It's
Probably
all-
right.
steering mast. You got the actual sail.
Hell
yeah, so they won't be running anywhere.
Nope. They've been basically,
Their main mast is gone.
we just anchored them. They can't just sail away.
They could, but
All
no.
they're gonna do is go in circles.
Yeah,
No, they could still go because it's not the steering.
so we punched that. That's good.
But to me, how big a ship you have one small one, one big one small one. You take out the big one, they're just gonna go in circles.
We took out
No,
the sail. No, we took out the
that's the
sail.
steering.
I know.
You slowed them down if they go to
Ship doesn't
lead.
need a sail.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Thought you said the middle.
It just
one.
moves faster with the sail, and it's
Gotcha.
easier to
We
direct.
took out one of the masts.
Pain in the
Gotcha.
ass to direct the ship without a sail. But
Yeah.
you can do it. Call it
So,
rudder.
I need to roll for stealth
That's
check
what it was.
again.
The rudders.
Yeah,
Rudders. Yeah.
That was the fourth part of the
That's-
ship I was trying to think.
that's what I was talking about, the aft. Or,
I'm not ship savvy.
sorry.
I just brushed up on this information.
But
Like,
we-
only 2 days.
You have the back side, front side, and the port side.
Started.
I understand this. My point was, is I literally just read this crap yesterday. So expecting me to remember all the parts of the ship is kind of not cool, guys.
But we took out one of the masts. So
we got the
put a-
we got the sail. Yeah,
put the white poggy on the thing
In the middle.
towards the middle of the ship. That's
they're
where
mad.
the sail would go.
I got to roll for stealth check again.
Try again. Now, of course,
16.
in the intermission, since we did fire a shot, you've seen several enemies here. Come running out of the ship, running towards the railing, trying to see. And we hit the mast, so more than likely we snagged the stinking lookout.
Yeah.
He got it.
So we ain't got to worry about somebody actually identifying us in the dark at this point. They can't.
Finally, that'll be 1 kill.
Yeah.
Because he's going off.
Well, then it'd be a kill for me and him both, so it'd go towards the ships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll roll for that. Let's do that. No experience. It's a 7. So,
You need to roll
One gold.
no,
Okay.
one roll. So we'll get 2 gold pieces for that.
You're riding the
It
ship.
was very low. Our old is
You know,
16 for stealth.
Did he win? 16
I thought it was 17.
I rolled 17 for the hit of the
Oh,
cast.
okay.
Yeah. No, I rolled 16 for stealth. Stealth check.
Okay, so we added an additional 2 gold pieces, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that.
We're up to 96. 1596.
1,596.
There we go.
Really?
1596.
Hell yeah.
Because we sold that one ship for so much. And remember, with my haggling, we got the property and everything
Well,
for 940 gold.
Like I said, I kept our manifest separate from our actual gold inventory, the ship's actual finance. I've got the value separated from our inventory. Ship inventory versus ship value, like our whatever. What do you call that? Damn it!
Main stash.
I've been
secondary
keeping the treasury, the gold treasury, just all together.
I've got because I was thinking you were going to negotiate the price up once we got back to shore. We went to sell all the goods we had. I kept that separated in case you wanted to negotiate. Okay, you know what
So I
I mean?
need to take that. Okay, I need to change that. But still, we're up in the 1500s.
Right, and I can give you that right here. The original value in the ship's inventory or treasury, the ship's treasury. That's what it is. Damn it all. Yeah, 1,556
Okay.
is the initial ship's treasury.
Did I pass?
16 with 16.
I got 16 for stealth check.
He's trying to get aboard the
Yes.
ship.
Okay.
Because you have proficiency, because you're not wearing heavy armor.
And you're still technically in stealth, so
Well, that's what he's trying to get back
Right,
into. He got
right.
kind of caught. He got hurt coming up the thing, so he rolled back in, and we gave him another opportunity
Right.
to catch it. So yeah,
he's up there with me now.
yes.
Okay.
You are both aboard the ship. You are both in stealth. Now, keep in mind, for general principle, guys, that attacking a target will pull you out of stealth.
Right.
Perception check for me.
Okay,
Because I might see something completely different.
you may. See what you get. Got to be over 10.
20.
20.
Okay, so you have ascertained the general layout of the ship. Due to your prior experience on board ships, very similar to our ship,
Also trying to learn cartography at the same time.
that doesn't count.
You only doing that for like 3 days.
You gotta, that doesn't count. You don't have that tool set, you do not have that proficiency. That does not count. Just saying. So, yeah, that doesn't matter.
Oh, I could put in backstory of me being a sailor person before I met y'all.
We've already discussed your background.
Oh.
You're a freaking land vehicle. Remember, you're
True.
a soldier.
Land vehicle.
It's a different set of things.
Okay, let's continue.
You can't compete with man. Right there, 19.
What'd you roll for?
No.
Why? What are you for perception check?
I keep having to process different information.
Okay.
Anyway,
So
you rolled, and due to your background as a sailor and the whole, time aboard a ship, you have ascertained the general layout of the ship. You know where the captain's cabin is. You assume, educate and guess. You know where the ammunition is stored below deck. You got a good idea how many crew members they have on this ship, and due to his perception roll and the outcome of the cannon fire, that almost all of the crew are within firing range or on the deck. You are pretty sure you've not seen the captain yet.
Is this the one that Peaches whipped up?
Yes.
This captain? Okay.
Hey, Should we try to? I want to say, not just arm them in a way, but more of kind of mess with their cannons and stuff like that, where they won't be able to fire.
That is an option. Hence why I said you ascertain the location of their ammunition. You also have another thing, because you also know what else is below deck.
Mm-hmm.
Their treasury, their their cargo.
We don't want to destroy the ship, but we also want to make it to where they can't destroy our ship.
You do that.
I can tell you where the captain's quarters is also.
You do that. What I'm going to try and do is convince these motherfuckers that the cannonball came from the wrong direction.
Okay, so you're going to try to persuade them.
Yeah. Because I am proficient in persuasion.
You are, but keep in mind you are talking to them.
Or
Without
not persuasion,
restraint.
but intimidation.
Well, apparently at this point they would think I'm also part of the crew. Also.
Essentially, yes. So you're under, as long as you don't physically try to touch them or harm
You're
them,
still under stealth.
you are too.
Yeah.
I know, but that's my point, though. We are both under stealth.
As long as you don't attack a member of the crew. The keyword being lay hands, touch, harm, or hurt them in any manner, you maintain stealth.
But that was my point.
So it's whatever you
You
want to
can
do.
wander the ship while I convince them through persuasion or intimidation that, hey, the target come from from a different part of the water where we know that it's not.
Okay, so
Because that was my initial thought process.
I had already rolled.
you rolled your perception, your turn is done.
Right.
It's his turn.
Now, do keep in mind, actually, no, I'll take that back. You can still technically move, and you can still interact with an object.
I guess I'll just go below deck and try to mess up their ammunition to where it's not usable.
Roll.
Hold on, before you look. I'm going to give an open suggestion.
Now, keep in mind, y'all are in the dark, y'all are side by side, so y'all can only talk to one another.
Right. Instead of trying to mess up their ammunition, why don't you dump the gunpowder out of one of the ports?
It will keep them from firing the cannon and save the ammunition for us later.
Okay, I can do that.
They can have the ammunition, just don't have any gunpowder to fire it with.
Yeah. I'll do that. Do I need to check it now?
Check it.
What'd you roll?
7.
Ouch.
Oh, shit.
You failed to... Since you've never really dealt with the cannons and you don't really mess with the firing of the cannons most days, you're not really sure how to tamper with them at this point, and you're down there looking at the cannons to try to ascertain how.
So basically, I'm still in stealth. I'm just trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah,
It's like,
you're not really sure how to. That's what the way you're basically having to spend time looking at the cannon to
Right.
ascertain the best way to deal with the situation.
Gotcha.
Okay, so it's your turn, Barbarian.
I holler out.
If you want to holler,
Well, I'm still technically in stealth.
you
And
are.
I'm not going to...
Well, wait.
Hold on. I'm still technically in stealth. So, I'm still being observed as part of the crew.
Yes.
If I holler out, ship forward, that should cause enough commotion.
Roll deception check.
I was just.
You can.
Oh, that's a 19.
Bingo.
It's not your turn,
I know. I was just gonna give.
You're below deck too, by the
and you're
way.
not near him anymore.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I get it, but you can't.
Right.
You're not near him anymore. You're not within talking range. He's above deck. You're below deck.
True.
It's not feasible.
I got 19.
It works. They believe the ship is towards the forward instead of the back. Closer to
I thought that
land.
was...
Closer
Okay.
to land than y'all currently are. I mean, the dimensions aren't exactly accurate. It's just a representation. So, You see all the cannons, and you see this because you're below deck. He doesn't see. He knows this because whatever. The ship turns this way because they can't fire cannons turn the other way. And because of that, you realize where the captain's at. Because you hear a loud female voice yell port side, and you see the ship turn. So now you know where the captain is at. She has been located up towards the front.
Screw you, screw you, screw you.
Can I say what I was going to say earlier?
No,
Oh.
Now here's my question.
because it's not.
Screw,
It's not something you're gonna do.
So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and take him. I'm gonna go ahead and take him off as being underneath.
Right. You can, I guess.
Well, he's below deck, so I mean,
Okay, we'll roll with it that way if it suits your fancy.
my question is how many. Hey, that actually fit.
Almost.
Very.
If he were wearing a smaller piece,
Right.
we could. One of these days, we're going to get him a better piece.
We will eventually.
What about there?
No, I don't know.
Right there.
Yeah, see, the purple.
It makes better sense than last. It was.
Why didn't I guess
So
that?
my question to the DM
How did I not guess that?
You'll see.
is,
Don't worry about it. You can't disclose this information. You're not anywhere near them. You don't know. You got to remember, your player character's not going to know.
That was just
how many of the enemies went to that side of the ship?
All of them.
They would all be going this way. Because now that would be the direction that the alleged cannon fire came from.
Right.
So they would have all moved over. Because again, we're not in a combat scenario.
Right.
Free movement.
That's what I'm asking.
And they have all moved this way. So the captain would be on this side of the, the steering
Right.
column.
Right.
So there you go.
I move over. And I will take 5 foot of my rope and try to knock out B and tie him up.
Okay. Roll 2d20s because you have advantage.
because he is coming.
He's not no. The guy, there's no way that happens. He's turned the wrong direction.
He's not
He's
doing that.
himself. He's rolling with it. Easy.
Deuce and a 20.
Cool. Automatic knockout.
And you stand still.
So what are you going to do with the body? Give us an accurate count. You knocked him out. What are you going to do with his
Okay,
body?
I knocked him out.
Mm-hmm.
I tied him up.
Good.
And I shoved him in the corner underneath the stairs.
Bag holding. Cool. So he basically threw his ass below deck.
Correct.
How was that?
And not going to put him in a bag of holding.
No, we don't
No.
kill him.
Take him
I
out.
just see him just go. Boom, boom,
Wait, did we get the
boom,
stain out of the bag of holding?
Okay.
That works.
Did we get the stain out of the bag of holding?
I just see the body
No.
go. Tum, tum, tum.
Satan's not been gotten out of the... Well, yeah, he did. We made it back to the ship. I
Oh,
told
thank God. I was supposed to say, oh,
He's
shit.
dead by now. We had.
I just remembered that. I was like,
So,
shit.
So flip me upside down.
yeah.
Or come down there with me.
Well, no, flip me upside down.
We'll upside down works because that way we know his body's present.
Sure.
Now remember, you have the use of an item
Hey, give me a white piece.
on your turn. You know what I mean? You get to manipulate
Incapacitated.
mundane items. Even though you took an action to incapacitate him. You still have the ability to move and the ability and the use of an item. Interacting with an object specifically.
I fire off one of the cannons.
Well, you can't. You're not below deck.
Yeah,
Cannons are below deck. You're above deck.
you're on the top.
Yeah.
He's on the bottom.
You
You'd have-
could take. There is a what is a port going.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They got cannons on top too.
You gonna do that?
Yeah.
Depending on what kind of ship.
They're basically mass destroyers. They're
And
chain.
technically, Well, he never did say what kind of ship this was.
Same as ours.
It is a kill ship. So the kill ship has cannons on top of the deck.
Mhm. It's a master
All the
destroyer.
gunpowder and cannonballs and everything are below deck.
Yeah, that's a
Those
master
would-
destroyer.
But those would be loaded.
It's a ball cannon chain mix. You sling it and you aim it right and it spins and knocks out the enemy ships.
Right, but the ammo's below deck, pretty much.
But wouldn't that be already loaded because they're in? Because
I was
they're
That's why I'm going to fire the cannonball.
then the fire.
I was thinking more along the lines of stripping the motherfucker that you knocked out. But you know,
I already pushed
you-
him down.
you did-
I
you
already
did.
pushed him down the
Well, you
stairs.
still have movement.
Okay.
Move. And then do your interaction. You can do it both ways. You can go down below deck and fire a cannon, but you would not be above
But the
deck.
cannons are on deck.
There are two types of cannons. The master destroyer cannons above
Oh,
deck
yeah, yeah.
and the actual cannon.
Cannonball cannons down
Yeah, below deck.
with your square portals.
It's up to you. Just a thought. I mean, me, I'd be taking shit. Money.
And I didn't really say that I pushed him down below deck. I just said I hit him behind the
And
stairs.
push him in the
Right.
corner.
I mean, you know,
So I'm going to search.
I would.
Hit
I
you
gotta
in the-
roll later than that. Yeah, come on. What we got?
At 10.
Mundane. So you pick his purse. It seems like it's the only thing in good quality on this fella. He's looking a little rough, sword rusted, ain't worth shit. You're like, all right. So you find a little coin purse, and it's not got much to it. So 2 gold pieces.
Clank, clank.
You're gonna add that to your personal or the ship?
Personal.
Personal. Well, that means I ain't got to keep track of it.
It's 2 gold pieces.
I know. I just
I mean, come on.
I mean, I added my 2 gold pieces.
I'm a little greedy to myself.
You're a merchant. We know that.
Now it's their turn.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So they're going to fire cannons that way. I mean, what are you going to do? They're going to put holes in the shore. That's what they're going to do if they hit it. So they
I
fired,
don't even know that sword's there.
they fired all the guns,
9.
and they missed every bit of that, just into the water. That sucks.
I got that.
End of their turn. The captain,
Hit the rudder.
What?
the captain though,
Oh, I thought about talking about that one.
that's dark vision. Yeah, and she specifically rolls to see out in the direction of the presumed cannon fire.
4.
4. So she fails. She can't see anything past the ship very well. Y'all got really lucky on that one. Because she could have ascertained and then redirected the ship back around.
Well, tell me what she have to roll for a disadvantage for that person right
She's
here.
bad.
Not if
with
she
it.
got dark vision.
She's got dark vision. But
Well, he also
remember,
rolled a nat 20.
It doesn't matter.
remember when I had dark vision? That was. I know.
Y'all have 0 dark vision. Y'all
Yeah.
cannot see in the dark. Y'all got like 15 foot in front of your face. That's all you got.
The other thing I
You
had.
got 60 feet of vision in the dark. She rolls with advantage, if anything. The fact that she's already been misdirected to shoot that way, which has already happened. Her crew has fired that way. She didn't roll with advantage. She rolled with standard roll.
If it wasn't and she was just looking, she would have rolled with advantage,
if-
right?
She would have gone first because they've already been misdirected, so I allowed the shot to go that way. But the captain went last because they'd already been misdirected. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And she wanted to ascertain because they didn't hit anything. She was looking for the ship. She wanted to lay eyes on the enemy ship. She couldn't find it.
This is either going to be really good. This is our turn.
Yes,
It's either
it
going to
is
be really
going to
good
be
or really bad for us.
the enemy's turn. So, well, actually, once we fire, they're going to know that it's the wrong direction.
Why do you have to fire? Why can't you just start sailing towards the
I want to hit the rudder to keep him from moving. I want him to be a sitting duck.
Well,
You're also facing the front of their ship.
fair point. He's got a fair point.
If
Aiming
you
this-
fire,
They're all looking this way. You have the Mystic that you can telepathically run stuff to. So he could be like, look, Mystic, they're not looking at y'all.
Right, roll.
Move in.
And see, my thought process on this was, if you fired, that would draw their attention back to y'all.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
Okay, so we're trying not to hit them
Yeah.
in the dark.
Grab my
So
dinghy.
we need to roll to see if we run into their ship.
Oh,
'Cause
shit.
it's dark and we can't see.
Well,
what-
I'm the one who's steering, so I would need to do that.
Yes.
Roll high, so you can
Mother
come into the
fucker.
side.
Sick.
Can I roll with advantage?
No,
No.
If you did anything, you'd roll with disadvantage because it's dark and you can't see where the deck.
Ram.
Yeah, we ran the ship.
I don't know why you all just didn't come to the side.
Well,
He could
Yeah,
have
I
done
know.
that.
we can't really see what we're doing. We
Yeah,
just
I
know
know.
they're not looking at us. We don't exactly know which way they're facing because we can't see any better than they can.
Yeah.
It's a good
Keep
thing
that
they
in
made me
mind.
stuck in the hammerhead.
So you see all the enemies just kind of get thrown, including the captain, gets thrown back almost to the other end of the ship because that's really how that would work out. You know, the one body, this one would be here. We're going to say this one would be here, and the captain's still along the rail. She caught herself on the fucking rail, and the barbarian's like, "What the fuck?"
My bad.
I just
Drop anchor. Here we go.
He's pissed as shit because he's done seen bodies flying towards him. He backlanded against the rail because he didn't see that coming either because he can't see the dark
Right.
either. He just told the jarring motion. He's like, "Shit, I'm glad I'm used to being on a ship."
The turtle's down there trying to grab cannonballs and
So, you got to roll for a grapple to make sure you don't get knocked off the ship.
Ah,
'Cause you're
shit.
above deck.
That would be an 11.
Mundane actions.
Yeah.
So I'll say you get it. You're used to being on a ship, so
Right.
funky motions and shit.
as they drop anchor and jump on the ship.
Right fucking anchor.
Or
Do
tie
we really want to? I'd fucking hit their ship with the anchor.
and then go and then board.
Okay, so we're gonna.
You already done ran the damn thing. Just start boarding.
I know, but I don't want our ship to drift away.
You
We board it like
you ran the ship.
It's gonna be
The
hard.
minute we board,
not
the board
getting
will
away.
together.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so we're boarding,
Lord. There's another thing we can do.
and we're gonna.
Stealth is out the window at this point.
Pretty much.
Stealth is out the window at this
No,
point.
it's not.
For them two, for us, for them two, it's still on.
We ain't got stuff.
We ain't got
stuff to begin
We're
with.
screwed, man.
We didn't have stuff to begin
We
with.
screwed. They're good.
So we're like,
It's got stealth. Half the party does not.
They know we're here.
yeah, let's just hope y'all can knock out a few more of them before we gotta fuck the captain up.
God dang it. I
We're
know.
not built for fighting this captain. She can see in the dark, we can't. You know what that means?
We,
Disadvantage like a motherfucker.
and if she has a bow, this is not going to be good. She ain't got a bow,
No,
does
you
she?
got something a little worse than that.
Figured.
Okay, a lot worse than that.
I figured. This is something that changes whipped up.
So,
Something.
is it the enemy's turn now?
No, it's ours.
It's your turn.
Mystic didn't do anything.
Yeah, you're right.
Give me a stick.
I accidentally ran the ship.
Okay, so you ran the ship. The Mystic is the only one able to move or do anything.
The Mystic gets on Top Guns, the mass destroyers, and aims it straight down the middle of the ship.
Oh, shit.
Oh, baby.
10. Is that a 10?
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay. He fires wide, motherfucker flies off into the fucking nowheres. And the enemies hear that, of course, and regain their balance, you know, and start moving this way, led by the captain of the ship. So there's that at least. But then, because, you know, that's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking hear them, you know the enemy hit you.
Oh yeah,
You know what side
and
they
they
hit you.
fired a
And
they fired a freaking
fucking
cannon.
They're gonna go looking.
They're going to board from that side.
Yeah. 'Cause I was hoping to fucking take one of the fucking peons out with the
Oh.
mass destroyer and fucking chain his ass up, but it didn't work.
My turn? Yeah,
Yes.
it would be.
Yes.
Yeah, because they moved.
Help us.
Well, with being around and stuff like that, I'm gonna come back above deck and see what the fuck happened.
Of course.
Of course. I would too.
Yeah, but who the fuck done that? What now?
I'd be looking at Barbarian like, what the fuck?
You're shaking your head.
Oh, no.
The captain and the mystic did this, and either one's capable. We left the two craziest motherfuckers on the ship.
I know how many people are on this ship. I know you just took one out right there because I saw you throwing him up underneath the stairs.
And he's not dead, mind you. We just apprehended him for later discussion.
He's just.
And we still have the captain and 2 other people.
Correct. So the question is, what are you going to do with him?
Barbarian.
Yes.
Do you want to go up behind them at the same time and try to take them out?
That was my thought process.
D&E.
I agree with that. I like it.
It'd be-
Tag team, I would say that you would roll with advantage because there's 2 of you.
And I still have rope with me as well.
Right, y'all each still have rope.
Yeah.
So I would say roll with advantage to both of you because you have each other and y'all have stealth. So
Let's go after.
you can both go after each. Just run your turns.
Okay.
'Cause I would say it's a 3-5.
Right.
And advantage.
17 is my highest.
19 is my highest.
Good job, fellas.
Amen. Alright, we have 2
So
white
no. Stop.
Okay.
What are y'all gonna do?
Dang.
Give me a description.
I'm gonna flip my great axe around and I'm gonna smack this motherfucker on the back of his head to where he drops.
I got a big ass rock.
And then I'm gonna take 5 foot of rope
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna tie his ass up
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna throw him in. I'm gonna throw him in behind me towards the stairs where I hit the first one.
Cool. Dig it. All right. Your turn.
Oh, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use fucking minor illusion, just kind of mess with his mind, make him hard, where he just passes out.
Come on, dude.
Apprehended. He's
Good grief.
unconscious.
Did some badass shit.
That's
Dude,
not
we have-
for him to be unconscious.
We have a female captain
The
floating.
thing is,
around.
the thing is, minor illusion is a cantrip,
Right.
so I can use it whenever.
Okay.
So I just use that to knock him out and then tie him up with the rope and ask Barbarian to haul him off because I ain't got too much strength.
Okay, so the barbarian age, because y'all did do a group activity here. And the barbarian, of course, throws him in with the other 2 yahoos y'all done apprehended. Which is cool. I dig it. You know what I mean? Or steadily apprehended individuals.
We're still in stuff.
Y'all are chain ganging these motherfuckers. What that's called.
When it comes to my turn, I got an idea.
So now
That's fine.
it's Barbarian's turn, technically.
No, y'all did a group.
Yeah, we did everything, so it would go to the Mystic and the Captain.
No,
the
the
captain's
enemy
turn. The enemy's turn.
Yeah, you are correct. Now she does not see those 2.
She sees us 2, but she thinks we're still crew.
Correct.
And the rest of her is really suspicious. The rest of her crew's tied up.
She doesn't know that.
Yeah.
She's not looked that way.
Oh, good lord.
Now she is curious. I mean, she's looking towards the enemy ship. I mean, they just got hit head on. I mean, boom, boom, nose to nose. You know, so she's looking at the enemy. She sees the Mystic first off because he's manning the chain gun, and she can see in the fucking dark, 60 feet. Mystic ain't 60 feet away from her. He's fucked.
She can still see me too.
Well,
No,
No,
you're
not
past
really.
60 foot.
I would say relative to the size of the ship, I would say you're past.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you've not been spotted. She knows you're fucking there.
Yeah.
Ish. Because you can't see. So there's no way out of it. I mean,
Yeah.
even though she can't see you, she knows somebody.
She's gonna know that I'm there. So.
So
She knows
Okay.
there's people on the ship too. But
Alright.
she doesn't know there's people on her ship.
No, that's the whole point. Her attention is not directed towards
No.
us.
She knows there's people on our ship, but she
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
know
yeah.
that we're on
Never
her
mind.
ship.
Never mind.
the captain
Never mind.
moves, and it strikes the Mystic as odd when the captain moves. It's almost like she doesn't touch the ground. She's got like a black mist around her, and as she settles on our ship, and she makes eye contact with Mystic, he sees like a red glow to her eyes, hint almost, in the moonlight.
And you remember Peaches is the one who whipped this crap up.
Yeah, I know.
This was Peaches.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just role playing the hell out of this.
I know you were. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it.
Uh-huh.
I'm waiting for it.
Well, you gotta remember, you don't know her.
Yeah.
Not only that, but you're not talking to her yet either.
I'm about to.
Uh-huh. So, she comes down off, she goes after the mystic. And in a fierce, almost animalistic type of lunge, she goes to grapple the mystic to the ground and bite him.
With that big fucking
Son of a bitch.
He rolled his
Son of
teeth on a
a
bite attack.
bitch. Well, I'm fucked.
Yeah, you're done.
I'm fucked.
You put death saver rolls, baby.
Fucked.
Death saver rolls, baby.
No, I ain't dead. I mean, it's gonna hurt like a bitch.
It ain't that. That's like
Damage die
2d6.
plus.
it's one per thing.
Well, she's a strength base. So it'd be a +2.
So 6. So 2d6 is +2.
Yeah. 9 +2.
11.
I took 11 damage right off the top. A third of my health just gone.
Go.
Somebody help the motherfucker!
I'm about to. Give me a second.
You hear the mystic scream inside all your minds. But he is telepathic. So
You're like,
the bitch bit me.
Literally, he's screaming that.
She's kinky. Help.
She's something, all right,
You're
folks.
welcome to the club, dude.
So I'm glad y'all did that. Y'all want to know what the class picture was going to be for this one. You got a couple, mind you, but we dealt with the big one.
She probably had like a pack attack or some shit like that.
She
So,
did.
yeah, because
Boosted to +2 to hit to all allies within whatever.
But aren't they
I
still
could've-
alive?
they're incapacitated.
Oh, they have to
They're
be in
alive.
combat in order to.
But see, here's
they're
the
not moving
thing:
anywhere.
is y'all didn't notice anything odd about the crew when y'all dealt with.
Mm-mm.
So she's different,
They're human. She's something else.
right?
Okay.
So she's deceived them, enthralled them, or something.
Right.
So unfortunately for me,
You're down to what?
that ain't the worst of it neither.
She's got second attack, doesn't
Because
she?
y'all getting strange mental signals from the mystic. Like, because he's telepathic, he's sending this stuff to you in your head, right? And something's feeling different about his telepathy. Like, it feels like wrong.
Not this stupid crap again.
And not only that, but I got grappled, so I'm incapacitated. And she succeeded.
So this 17, dude.
Yeah. So I took 11 hit points of damage.
Yay.
Yeah, me.
Woohoo, we're screwed.
Yeah, I gotta get out of combat. Somehow. Somebody save my ass. Please. 30 minus 11.
30 minus 11
Yeah.
is
20.
18, 19.
Okay.
I forgot to fix the HP. 11, what did you say, 19?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to fix the chart. I messed it up, but I forgot to. So we got 4 incapacitated crew, and the captain's obviously.
I'm up.
Now, did you put everybody back to their base
Yes.
HPs?
Their max
Okay.
HP, we rested.
Yeah,
I
okay.
erased it all except for me because I just took damage. But yeah, everybody else is back to max.
Okay.
And I had the pirates lined out, and y'all took care of them, and there was 4 of them, right?
3.
3, so why don't we have a 4th one here?
That's
That was the mass.
the mask.
Okay, so we'll
Yeah, we'll
remove
remove
the
that
mask.
for right now.
That's it's confusing, but
Yeah, so I do have to add the actual, okay, cool. I'm good.
3 pirates are down. My turn.
Your turn, what are you gonna do?
You better help that.
How are you gonna do this? I know what you're gonna try to do, but you're gonna have to think about this. Because you're dealing with a feral kind of creature at this point.
Oh, look at me, though.
Not only that, but you don't have any kind of intimidation or persuasion. Not with a charisma high enough for it to matter.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit, you don't. Check it. I guarantee you don't.
12.
That ain't worth,
That ain't worth.
plus one. I mean,
You might.
all right, what are you going to do then? How are you going to pull this off?
You already know what I'm trying to do?
Pretty much. I mean, the best course of action at this point, maybe you could talk. Distract. Because like I said, I need help. I need somebody that can save me from this fucker. And nobody's going to be able to do that if they can get seen within 60 feet.
Uh-huh.
She's looking this way. You aren't invisible. The minute you start walking towards her to get within walkable distance, she's going to hear you coming. And you're going to have to move to talk to her.
Yeah.
The only people that she doesn't really,
She doesn't know we're there. Is you two.
yeah.
Even
Even if we get close to her, she still won't even know.
correct.
What that?
Hey, Bo, you gonna grab me one?
Yeah.
While you're there, would you grab me one too?
What do you want?
Mountain Dew, please.
Oh. Goes.
Pepsi?
You want Mountain Dew?
Pepsi. That's why I'm going with Pepsi.
Yeah.
If you notice, every time I'm over here, I usually like to get Pepsi so you don't get low on the Mountain Dew.
Right. Excuse me.
I try to be very considerate about stuff. Well, what the heck does that say?
I was gonna say I messaged something. There it is.
Oh, well, the shit. It's on top chat, I'll hide chat. What's the captain going to do? Oh, captain, my captain. And me and him can still roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Still.
Right, you're.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the DM to sit down for this. So,
Oh, I'm going. Hit me.
all right.
All yours, bitch.
Don't say like that.
Hey, barbarian. How tough do you think it'll be if we incapacitate the captain?
I mean, you would, if you have a second ship, you would need somebody to use it. Theoretically. At least an officer of some kind.
You really think she's gonna do that?
It depends on how well you can negotiate.
Well, I know I won't do. She's turned and focused on you, right?
Correct.
Cause you can work
I
together.
mean, well, I mean, she's not really focused on me anymore. I've been incapacitated.
But she's still focused screwing on you.
At the moment.
So if I attack, can I roll with advantage?
No. You can't roll with advantage because you're not in stealth. You
Good point.
can't do it. You'll be heard the minute you move.
Good point.
And dark vision's not her only high sense.
So,
Because I'm assuming y'all all pretty much figured out what she is by now.
she's a vampire. What I was thinking.
That was Tony something.
Yeah, I know.
Of course it would be because look at the last time he was
He
involved.
loves his weird shit.
The one that came up with the character.
I know what I want to do.
Right.
This is gonna suck. Probably get me killed,
Unlikely.
but
You gotta be smart.
It's
You're
gonna be a
still in the combat.
it's gonna be a distraction. It's gonna be a distraction, and I'm relying on them two to roll high.
Now keep in mind, I have dictated that this is a feral creature at this point in time.
Shit, that don't work.
You're gonna have to find a way to get her in a mindset to be negotiated with. Now, if I were you, I'm incapacitated, so y'all can't use telepathy. I'm out.
Yeah. Trying to think of the right way.
Y'all help the rolls on that one. I was not really hoping for that. But that's kind of how that went down.
All right, let's see. Okay.
Not only that, but I've got a whole other problem I got to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah. You're poisoned basically at this point. You got a limited window
Yeah, I've got like 24 hours.
to get that poison out of you.
Yeah, before I become something I don't want to be.
Yeah, we don't want the mystic.
I agree if it's feasible. Because there's no guarantee,
All right.
given the situation that was
Yeah.
now described.
Sorry, we're just.
I know you're figuring what you want to do out. Good. Figure it out.
Okay, so what are you gonna do? You have your number one thing.
Is to get her away. Get her at least turned towards me so they can do something.
Think about this.
Even if we are within her line of sight, she still thinks we're part of her.
I know that, but it's better if her back's to you.
Considering your number one attack is a disarming strike.
Yeah.
That's
That's what I was planning on.
That's your best bet.
Yeah.
You're gonna get noticed. You're gonna have to enter combat. You have no way around
Yeah.
it. You have no way out.
Which
You
I was
can-
debating on either taunting or disarming a strike.
Taunting might work,
Yeah.
but that's gonna put you in a strike range of a creature that you know at this point you've figured out.
I'm not.
Like, we can all see her.
I'm not going to take
Yeah,
that.
well, I wouldn't say you could see her.
But we're.
The eyes were a dead giveaway. The glowing red eyes in the dark are pretty much.
I'm going to knock her teeth out of her
Yeah.
head with a disarming strike.
Right.
Hey, disarming strike.
You gotta move.
I know, that's what I'm doing. What? What else was I supposed to do?
20.
Did I expect? Yeah.
Walk up on her and be like, hey, bitch, give me those teeth.
With the warhammer, just
Well, it would work. You're not guaranteed, right?
Just-
So we're gonna say
That goes along with your plan.
good. Works. I got to roll that.
we're gonna say that you took one of her weapons away. Not necessarily not. You can't really knock her teeth out.
I know.
Because that's part of like your physical attributes.
So I did a disarming attack with.
Well, she had a very special weapon. She did.
I get the weapon. What do I get?
It's a long gun. It's basically a musket. It's pirate weaponry.
Suck it. That's going to my
Okay.
personal inventory.
You want to put that in your personal
That's
inventory?
not going to me.
You're gonna write that down.
Yeah.
D10.
Write it down right now.
I figured you put that manifest.
So, I have a question.
It's going to me.
Ian,
So
you can do this.
Long gun, right?
Yeah, it's called a long gun.
Me and him both in stealth. Both roll with advantage. We both roll with advantage. If we do like we did with those two, but on one person, would that be 4d20s?
No.
No?
That was your whole plan?
No, there's
Hold on.
There's more to it.
Please tell me
Okay,
there's more.
so this is how I'm gonna roll this video. This is your discretion. So bear with me while I explain this. Okay, you can work together and roll with advantage, but you're only gonna get 2d20s. With advantage. Okay, but you would combine both of your attacks.
I'm sure that's what Gus was asking about.
Yeah.
Well,
We
he had
get 2d20s,
No.
but combined it would be 4.
no. One of you rolls 2d20s for the group action. So it's just 2d20s, but both of your damages will be considered. It's basically like taking a group
Okay.
action.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Roughly.
So who's gonna roll?
I'll let you roll.
So in case it gets screwed up, it's his fault.
So
go ahead and
take
put us
this
behind-
forward. So y'all moved on to the back on our ship.
Right behind her.
What we plan on doing is we are going to attempt to bind her.
Okay. I dig it.
19. Shit.
Yes.
Good.
Okay, so her
These
strength,
dumbasses actually figured it out.
strength was 16. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, at the +2, you factor in the +2 to the 16, you would win. Because it'd be 18.
Plus, I have strength on mine. That's a +2 right there.
Right. So y'all win by 2. So you win. Good job. You're bound to the boss lady.
And I used 10 foot of rope to bind her.
Good job. Now,
I will allow the lovely ghost to announce the rest of our intimidation attack.
okay.
We are planning on waiting for daylight, and we were going to convince her to try, I guess, become part of the crew for the other ships.
Basically, look, you've got until the sun comes up to decide to work with us. You can either burn to death or join the crew.
There you go.
I do.
We get to have a conversation now with the vampire.
Okay, so now,
But see, that's the thing though. Vampires are not out from negotiating.
no,
They're not bloodthirsty creatures all the time.
she was
They
more
are-
feral at this
If you
point.
read the fucker, they're like high society people.
Depending on what type she is, and you've not asked her these questions yet, and
Which
I
we're about
recommend
to.
that you should.
Yeah, we're about to.
We're
Well,
doing
you know.
that so we can.
Right. So,
So she has no choice but to.
correct.
So she doesn't eat you halfway through.
Correct. All right. So the mystic is still.
Wait,
Y'all need to help the mystic out. He's kind of.
potion of superior healing.
It won't cure the.
It won't
cure
cure vampire bite. You have to have holy
You have to have holy
water.
You know, you have. There's a well, that'll work too.
garlic.
I don't have any of that. All I had was 5 bottles of
We
superior
better get back to
HP.
Neverwinter quick.
We have to
Well,
have either
we've
holy
got
water.
24 hours,
Yes.
which we're not going to make it back to Neverwinter in 24 hours.
So what's our options?
I don't have one. Nobody has a way to cure me. I don't know. Do we have a cure wounds?
You're about to
Yes.
become a vampire.
There is a cure wounds.
Read the description for that again. Might do the job.
I'll say all I got is 5 bottles of freaking superior healing.
Well, that's the bad thing is I created the boss lady and I fell victim to the bite. There was nothing I could do about that. I mean, in reality, what are you going to do? She's a vampire. She just watched her. She literally just ended up getting. She went feral. She got attacked. She went into feral mode, and
A creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spellcast ability modifier. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs. That's it.
So it wouldn't affect me anyway, because I'm technically becoming undead at this point. I have vampirism as a disease. Somebody needs to look up a way to cure vampirism. Quick.
What's the closest place to us at this point of time?
Unfortunately, that's Neverwinter,
We ain't gonna make it back in that
and that's a
time.
2-day journey. I'm stuck.
Can we go an old, I guess you can call it old method? Take some water.
No. I use intimidation because on the main vampire to heal our friend.
Can't.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't work.
Wait, search the other ships, see if
There's
there's
only
any type
one
of
way
cure.
to cure vampirism.
Stake through the heart.
Well, yeah, you kill the vampire that turns you. That's one way. But we don't want to do that.
No.
We need a captain.
Search the other
We
ship.
have to. We can always hire one.
We need to search the
We
other ship
could,
also.
but there's a caveat.
Do you really think they're going to have holy water on the other ship?
Yeah.
They might.
Yeah, I don't know that yet. I haven't talked to her yet.
All right, screw this shit.
The other thing I realized, there was also regular human beings that were not turned.
I got this.
She didn't turn everybody on the crew. The crew was normal.
I got this.
At least as far as you know.
Let the captain.
Let me try this. Try this. And I did. John, this is dialogue, right? Would I have to roll?
I actually,
Would I have to roll? a
Hi,
closing
welcome back.
check or anything?
We're just done with the vampire.
Let's hear the dialogue and I'll make a decision. That means you better be smart about what you have to say.
we're screwed.
I know.
My mind just went. When he said that.
Come on, little beard. Let's,
Bob looks good. So does everything else. It's all right.
it's sad I've got a bigger beard, a prettier beard than Beard Boy.
I need to reshape again.
Not to mention my character, which kind of sucks because I have a brilliant idea right now. And I want to do it, but I can't because I'm incapacitated.
But you can beam the idea to me.
No, I can't.
No.
I'm unconscious.
Damn.
Even for his mind can't even
My
do
mind
it.
is not working.
He's screwed.
If somebody told me to sleep, that would be different.
Okay.
Go. It's your turn.
We have this vampire captain. I'm working on it. Tied up.
So y'all roll for the negotiation. Y'all want it. She's the captain, right? She'll not had a conversation with her. Just other
That's
than
what I'm
tell her
about to
that-
do.
So
Which I don't know if that was a good idea to make a vampire the captain of the second ship or not.
Well, you have to take in consideration
Yeah, I
for
know.
nighttime loot or supply runs. For that.
Yeah, I know. But trust me, I do.
hello.
All right. I'm trying to figure out if I want to go.
Miss Tata!
Hello. I'm trying to think if I want to go the intimidation route or
Do
the.
you even have intimidation on your character? And you don't really want to intimidate her because what you're trying to do is convince her.
To help us.
Okay, good point.
She's a part of the crew, so she's more than willing at this point because it's in her survival.
Yeah, me and Ghost already done
The hard part.
intimidated her, being like,
You really
look,
just need to kind of
We
talk.
basically intimidated her to
You know what I
the
mean?
point where
You're
she
really just trying
either
to
joins us
talk.
or
Okay, I got
fucking
this.
dies and
I
burns.
got this. I'm not gonna make a picture off anymore. I'm gonna acknowledge her rank that she was.
Texas, she don't. She
Yes, she
don't
does.
know that yet. You don't know that yet because you've not
Fair enough.
talked to her yet. You need to talk to her. So you need to start asking questions.
Sit down.
do I have to untie her? Okay, good.
Thank you.
She's still tied.
It's not fucking bad.
That's not bad, bro.
Why would you do that?
She's
It's not
still
bad.
gonna kill us. Dude, I did it.
Saying, I wouldn't do that. Fuck no. The intelligent motherfucker, you can wait till the sun comes up for you even begin to
I was just
Yeah.
making sure because I mean, you never know.
She is a pirate, mind you.
Right.
Not exactly good on their word.
Yeah. Just sit down.
Good point. All right, so continue, Beard Boy.
I sit down in front of him.
Okay.
I say, Captain,
You see the red eyes like lock onto you in an almost wary fashion. She's not afraid of you.
curious.
She's definitely more afraid of me and him than she is of him.
Say that either. Y'all just got the drop on.
Mm-mm.
That's not the
Very
first time
different.
that's happened.
Y'all, you got to remember, she could have fucked anybody up. Y'all were just lucky enough to have the stealth and pull the stealth off for as long as you did to get to that.
You would have messed that up.
Because I obviously failed. First roll, no questions asked, got nailed. And contracted vampirism in the process. It could have been anybody.
All right.
Now, wary means that she's not afraid of you, she's just being cautious. She's listening intently to what you have to say. She's made direct
I've
eye
got her
contact
attention.
with you. Yeah, direct eye contact with you.
We did threaten to.
Yeah.
Yeah, kill her.
So, you got to keep that in mind.
Yep.
Beard Boy.
Roll it. Let's go.
Look at her and go, pardon my friends for being so forthcoming with their. I'm trying to be diplomatic about this, okay? Shut up.
Just do it. Just do it.
I pardon
No, let him play his character. That's fine.
my friends. This is totally against my character, to
He's
be honest,
feeling
but
like charisma and smooth.
Trying to.
Go for it.
pardon for my friends, my compatriots, or whatever you want to call them.
Pardon my crew.
Pardon my crew for being so.
Aggressive.
Shut up.
He's talking as the
I'm
other.
helping you.
Thank you. The mystics of
Well, I'm not talking as her. So she's basically sitting here like showing
Finishing your
intelligence
sentence.
creature. She's showing her level of intelligence by actually, reading your mind at this point. She's like, yeah, I got you pegged. So
I knew that.
I'm gonna go. I was gonna go search the other ship.
You can go do that. I'm gonna
we
keep
gotta
talking.
wait for your turn.
Yeah.
He's doing his right now. Go.
Pardon my crew for their aggressiveness, but I need one question answered. In return for you telling me how, is there any way to reverse the effects on my friend, on our
Patriot.
compatriot that you have heard? We will consider not tying you to the mast and watching you burn at dawn.
She looks at you, and like a small smirk appears on her face and a glint in her eye. And she looks at you.
You're an idiot.
Must be you, roll one.
Yeah. Working on it.
She
Well, I'm just saying the barbarian was standing here wanting to say it,
his
but
own mental faculties.
Just
I got you.
clearing holes in me.
She looks at you with an appraising look. She's evaluating your character. You can see the intelligence behind the red, glowing eyes, and you feel the irritation coming from her at being captured. She's mad at herself, not really mad at you. She's mad because not only did you capture her crew, but you captured her. You took her with minimal damage to her ship, so she values your intelligence. And y'all have already negotiated working with her, and she's agreed to work with you. Not only because you captured her, but y'all have shown intelligence, y'all have shown resourcefulness, and she values that. Because as you noted, her crew wasn't turned. She didn't just turn anybody.
She convinced them to be
She was a vampire, sure, but obviously she didn't want to turn anybody else. She turned the mystic while she was angry. She was in a feral state, so she did it subconsciously. She didn't do it of her own free will. And he says, if you reach in my back pocket, you'll find a vial that will cure the mystic. Well,
Deuce.
can I go?
There's two sides of pockets. There's two different pockets.
she told you where the vial was.
You stay at her back
And when
pocket.
you reached for the vial, it was smashed in her pocket. So, no. That's what the roll was for, to see if the vial was still intact. Because y'all already negotiated her surrender.
Mm-hmm.
That was already done. I done did.
Damn it.
So she tried to help you, and you can see the sadness in her eyes as she notices the
Does she have to keep an
vial.
extra vial in her captain quarters?
See, that is a smart idea. It's possible. Although y'all not really ascertained her background or what's happened to her or anything of that
Look,
nature.
you two go search the ship and I'll keep talking.
You know, take captain
It is
quarters.
technically- It is technically the Torval's turn.
So,
I was asking Barbarian, since you were on the ship with me,
Nine. He wants to stay right here.
I guess. Since I know what the captain quarters is, essentially for being on the ship,
You do.
So you're going to the captain's quarters?
yes.
My question, are you going to do a general search, or are you going to do a specific search? You got to think this is kind of a key point in the story here. I'm kind of stuck right now, turning into a vampire.
I'm doing a specific search to see if there's another vial of that fluid, because I know what it looks like now.
Good point.
So,
So I would say roll with advantage, that you know what you're looking for.
19.
You find one.
I find it, I'll come back to the Mystic and give it to the Misty.
Drinks the foul tasting concoction. Hacking and coughing and sputtering and going the case worse than cough syrup. You know, he kind of staggers to his feet a little groggy, and the little captain lady, she says, he'll be a little loopy for a few days after drinking that concoction.
What the hell are you talking about?
His body's not going to want to accept the fighting. And as you see the Mystic kind of get up, he kind of staggers forward and falls face first on the ground. Once again, unconscious.
Barbarian, you want to help me take the Mystic?
Nope.
Captain, you want to help me drag the Mystic below deck to his bunk?
You can. I'm talking to the vampire chick.
Now,
I'm leaving. I would suggest leaving
your turn
him
over
to
with.
negotiate.
It is now his turn.
I'm sitting there too.
Barbarian.
Okay. I had a train of thought and Ghost distracted me for a minute. Yes. So, dear Captain, what is your name?
Most people call me Angela.
You're a bitch, by the way.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
What better way?
Works.
Now, if she decides she wants to play, she's got a character.
And what is the name of your ship, Miss Angela?
The Wake.
I'm gonna try to get her to play.
I mean, just one of those things, if she wants to, sit in for a session, she has a plan.
Yeah.
And she technically has a background as a pirate,
And a badass character at that.
a vampire.
So, my question, before I cut your ties, or your bounds, how did you come about this?
Well,
$11.
well, considering she's already agreed to be a part of your crew, and she's been pretty sympathetic to the fact that she turned your crewmate. She kind of reluctantly starts telling you a tale of her being attacked by another vampire captain that she later killed. So she became the actual vampire lord class creature, not just a regular vampire. She was a vampire lord, and she took over the ship as well. So that's how she became a vampire captain of ship. But she hates vampires as much as she hates anything
Being one.
Right, so she doesn't, because by the time she got around to killing the captain, it was too late. She was already a fully turned vampire, so she couldn't go back. So she tries to save people, doing the only thing she knows how to do. Being a captain.
And in sympathy, I cut her ropes.
She nods in gratitude. Can ask her, what would you have me do?
Ferry, or captain our second ship. To add to our small fleet of 2.
And now, apparently, we have a second ship and crew for it now.
Correct.
And a captain. Very good captain.
Which puts me in the chain of the notes.
And that means we're gonna be making money.
Off of that is downtime. As a
Just not downtime, just all the time.
Yeah, I won't say all the time.
I suggest that we separate the 2 ships
Yeah.
and head to the tavern for the time being.
We've been at this for a long time.
And I'm going to ask the captain if I can cut her finger off. Mm-hmm.
My finger?
Vampires regenerate.
Not appendixes.
I need the tooth.
Yeah, their fangs regenerate, but their other appendages do not.
Okay, well then I'm going to ask the captain if I can pull a tooth.
She agrees, reluctantly.
I need
Not
proof.
exactly fond of,
We have to have evidence
Of
that she
something
no
like
longer
that. That's what it says.
exists,
We gotta have proof.
She,
so you will no longer be hunted.
and as she hears your explanation, she reaches in her own mouth and yanks out one of her fangs and hands it to you.
I have a tooth.
A vampire tooth.
I have a tooth.
Well, you have a vampire lord's tooth.
Shush! I have a tooth.
You just gotta go to that one might be worth hanging on to. Instead of giving it over for bounty.
Just show it to him. Like, I got it.
Like, look, I want to keep this one.
We'll keep this a little bit.
I'll show it to you because I want you to know we killed the captain. But I want to keep this movie.
I have a tooth.
You have to negotiate that one, I think.
How much is that long gun worth?
I almost have a Frankenstein body. I got a tooth, an ear, a finger, an arm,
A head.
and a head.
You got it.
You need another arm. You need 2 more legs and a torso.
They don't need legs. They're on a ship.
You ain't got nothing to negotiate with the other crew members and see if they're going to stay on. Which I would say you roll with advantage on that because you have their captain.
Right.
But you still need to do the actual negotiations for that. If you want to do it all in one roll, I would allow that because you do have.
I would say let
3d20?
not let
Or
him.
just the one?
I was gonna say instead of letting you try to negotiate them, let their own captain negotiate them.
Either way.
Let them. Yeah, well, I'm good with that. I don't care.
That way, it's not coming from someone that they just had to take them out. It's coming from their higher up from them.
I mean, I don't care. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But hey, the way I'm looking at it is we have a second ship. We have a captain for that second ship. We possibly have 5 crew members, depending on how those 3 come about. And we still have to come back to the cove to raid the cove to see what's in it, along with what's on the ship that we just acquired.
True. And since apparently we can ask the captain what's in the cove.
Correct. That is very true. I'm gonna close
Now that information, she's probably not going to give up easy. Just think about it. She's still a pirate.
True.
She may work for you. Doesn't mean she's going to give you her booty. Alright, so I value the weight at 5 gold per session.
Huh?
Not including this session.
Okay. And how much is the long gun?
Getting to that. See, the party has 2 kill ships, Hammerhead and the Wake. In parentheses, 5 gold per session. We've still got several days before we finish the
Well, we can head to Neverwinter
week.
and resupply and
Well,
fix the ship from Captain ramming it.
that's going to cost you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say at least 200 gold pieces.
Yeah, because that was
It
a
did damage the hull.
yeah. That was again.
And I would say it's 200 gold pieces per ship because we damaged ours ramming. Although, considering that I can reinforce our ship, I would say ours wouldn't have gave 200 gold pieces.
I would also suggest that he cannot be left alone. So maybe we involuntarily hire Donkey as security.
I've left that open for these.
Dude, I'm starting to freeze.
They're just like 70-something degrees.
Not over here by the door.
I mean, I'm
Fair point.
basically just as close.
Well,
You got a long sleeve on with jeans. He's in shorts and a very
all right. The point being is this, okay? until proven, we can't trust her. I'm going to make several suggestions. One, we hire Donkey as security for her ship. For the simple fact is Donkey's not really here when we need him to. Two, we go back on our own and raid the cove. We dry dock the...
We put her ship in repair.
Right.
We're going to pay 200 gold pieces to repair her ship.
Right. We dry dock the wake.
And then we go back on our ship that's not damaged because I reinforced it.
Exactly.
Beauty of
And we can use her. we could use her and her ship to do all the miscellaneous.
Yeah, I've already factored 5 gold pieces for her ship. Just
Right.
Flat.
Right. And do the shipping routes with Donkey as security.
Right.
To keep our interests where they need to be.
Mutual.
Exactly.
Good point. So
That's my suggestion.
I'm going to go ahead fix this.
Put different clothes on.
I added her to the ship. Not that. I added her to the crew. Now, have we rolled to recruit the other 3 guys?
No, that is a DM role for her because we decided that would be up to her to try and convince them.
18, so they joined the crew.
Okay.
They previously worked under her, and they would like to continue to work under her. So we now have... I need to actually fix this out.
So you basically got 7 people on that crew, including Donkey.
Well, I'm making a difference here. So we've got the Wakes crew. That way I keep it all, nice and tidy. The Wakes crew is 3 pirates and 1 captain. Just Captain Angel. Right?
Yep.
Kept the original crew. And that's kind of a good thing when you think about it, because, a crew, they tend to like to, they like the people like working together, you don't want to break up the team.
Right, and that was
It makes
one
them
of the
more likely
reasons
to
why.
work better together.
Right.
Less chance of mutiny against us
Mm-hmm.
on the future. Right, so the Wakes crew is 3, and our crew, we put it down to, we've got 2 pirates.
Because we want over 2 of theirs.
Yeah. Yeah, because I kept them on the same crew.
Right.
3 pirates, because we got them all. I just rolled for it as an 18. So they all agreed to join back with her
Okay.
for under us. So, and then our crew, we've got 2 crew members.
Which are still a tally part of her crew.
No, they're not.
No, they agreed to come with us.
We got them from the other one.
From the other one.
Well, I mean, yeah, they
No.
would be technically a part of our crew, I guess, because we got them out of the cove. One of them.
Both of them.
2 of them.
Yeah. Okay. You're right.
But they agreed to join our ship.
Our ship.
Yep.
Because we need people to man our ship when we're not there.
Right.
So we have 2 crews, and that's all I'm gonna put because the party members don't count.
Mm.
So 2 pirates. That way, I'm keeping up with the actual tally. So that as we go along, we know what kind of crews we have.
Okay,
So we've
so
headed back to now. Are we going to go since the cove is under control? We control the pirates. Are we going back to Neverwinter first, or are we going to go ahead and raid the cove? Well, okay. So raiding the cove is one thing. What about the ship?
well, that's what I was getting at. How much time? Because we are going back to the tavern to dry dock the wake to repair it. How much time from the dry dock from tavern would it take to go to the cove versus the time that it would take to go to Neverwinter and report our accomplishment.
We're next to the cove. So no time at all to get. Literally sail back into the cove and go in there and do the bit. Now, if we go back to Neverwinter from where we're at, it would take us 2 days. And it would take roughly the same amount of time to go back to where we have the tavern, because the tavern is only just a little ways between Neverwinter and Luskin. Like a day and a half. So I would factor in at 2 days also.
Okay, so 2 days to Neverwinter, 2 days to the cove.
We're looking at my shit.
Not looking
Or
at
what's
doing this.
Bullshit.
2 days to Neverwinter, 2
Yeah,
days to the cove. And we only have so much weight for whatever we find in the cove.
Not to mention you got to factor in that I can't finish a lot of the stuff I got to do with the tavern until we make it back there. Remember, I specified I've worked on different pieces of the tavern aboard the ship, but I can't put them together until I get back to where the tavern's at.
So loot the cave and get the hell out.
Do you want to do that?
I say go back to the tavern.
Yeah.
End this session
The
here.
cove is secured.
End this session here
Yeah.
and do a quick restart
Yep.
from the tavern.
That way, if y'all need to go do whatever.
And if we want to, we could go to the cove, raid the cove, and deal with that.
Like,
Well,
That way we can drop her ship off for repair.
not only that, but I would suggest going back to Neverwinter also, since it's right there.
yeah.
We wouldn't waste time going to Neverwinter from the tavern as opposed to coming back to the cove. We can do a double trip and turn in the job we already have.
Let's do that. So you say go to Neverwinter and then come back to the tavern.
Yeah, go to the tavern first.
We're in the
Tavern,
tavern.
Neverwinter, and then back.
We need to go to the tavern first, go down to Neverwinter,
I got it.
and then sail back up to the cove.
I got it. Rock
Okay.
on. Let's go.
So, at this point before we end the session, okay, we are going to go ahead. Downtime. Downtime comes first because we're on our way back to the tavern.
Okay, 2 days.
I'm just going to state that right now. I'm putting that in the notes.
2 days.
From the cove to the tavern is not 2 days.
Day and a half.
It'd be about a day, wouldn't
No, it's the
it? It was
same distance.
okay.
And think about it, it's on the coast of Neverwinter. Like, we built the tavern on the coast, like right there along the coastline. So if it's 2 days to Neverwinter, it would be roughly 2.5 days to the tavern.
The tavern is closer
To
to the
Neverwinter.
cove
No, Neverwinter.
than Neverwinter.
Other way.
What the
We went further south.
Think about it. We went from Neverwinter to the cove, right?
Yeah,
But
no,
we came from the tavern to Neverwinter. Because, like, we got to go up.
we're at the cove right now.
Yeah.
The cove is north of Neverwinter.
It would be the same distance from the cove to Neverwinter as it would be from the cove to the tavern. So
basically in between.
No, not no.
look at the
Geologically.
map on me.
Okay, Neverwinter is that black dot right there.
Yes.
Yes, Luskin's above it to the north.
We're not talking about Luskin. We're talking about the cove to Toby Tavern.
The tavern is in between Luskin and Neverwinter,
Right,
which means it's north.
right. But so is the cove.
No, it's
You made the cove.
directly from. I made that distinction last game. It's directly across from Neverwinter. 2 days.
I don't remember.
Ship, yes, from Neverwinter, straight out at sea. Because we went from Neverwinter straight to the cove. 2 days. So
Okay,
it's 2 days either. If we're going back to
Okay,
the cove, it's 2
okay.
days.
if we're leaving the cove and we're going to Tavern or we're going to Neverwinter, it's 2 days regardless.
Right.
Okay.
Going from Neverwinter
See,
to
I thought
Tavern is
you,
half a
I
day.
thought you put the cove along the beachfront. That's where my misconception was.
No. The cove is out at sea.
Okay, that's where my misconception was.
So that's why I said we go to the tavern and then come back to Neverwinter.
That's probably
Go to the tavern, fix some shit, get a little bit more progress on it, and then go back.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and change these. So that's 2 days. So we're up to 4 days on our smithing, cartography, that whole bit.
Yep.
Up to 4 days. The tavern should be complete in that time. My downtime activity is gonna be another storage chest or 2. That's what I've been making. It was my best. It's like 2 gold pieces.
But aren't you? Didn't she say that it's going to be a little bit for you to come around?
What do you mean?
That the antidote for the poison was going to take a little bit.
Right, good point. Very valid point. You are correct.
You're going to be resting.
So I'll be asleep. I won't be able to do downtime. That's perfectly fine with me at this point. Now I'm gonna do that. Let me go back out of here for a second. Trying to make sure I update this as I go, so it's valid.
Yeah.
We got to take 200 gold out of the treasury. We got to pay for the ship, and that's going to come out of ship treasury. So
Okay.
it's going to be 356 instead of 1,556. Right.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
1356.
Yep. So that's been done. And we're down to 2 days left on the town, which is perfect. Because by the time we make the journey out, it's 8 days, 8 out of 10 days for the tavern to be complete.
All right.
How many days do I need to do for cartography?
So we're gonna go ahead and take
And added. You're 1 more day.
Okay.
So we're taking the 4 days to go back to the tavern, drop off the wake, and then taking the 2 days south.
Let me make a recommendation real quick. Just hear me out. So it is 4 days altogether to make the round trip.
That'd be 6.
4. 2
2 days to
there.
the tavern,
Yeah, but remember I said Neverwinter to the tavern is only half a day.
so it'd be 5.
Yeah, half it. Yeah. So what I would suggest is we take the time while we're in Neverwinter to negotiate the cargo we already have and try to find other jobs. Because we also got to think about the time constraint we're under for turning the job in.
Right, that's what I was getting at. We got to take the 2 days back to the tavern,
Right.
drop off the wake,
Right.
allow the crew of the wake to do what they got to,
Right.
repair, refit, do whatever, hold it off until we go to Neverwinter, which would take a day.
Mhm.
That's 3. Correct?
Half a day. So we'll.
Okay, so it'd be 2.5.
Right.
So we need to pull up the Neverwinter map
Mhm.
and do what we need to there.
Okay.
So we will end
I
the
feel
session here and start
Yeah,
back off
Neverwinter.
with Neverwinter.
Yes. Okay. So in the session also.
Okay, we'll
See y'all here in a little bit.